Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. This is your host Ram, welcoming you back to a very early Sunday cricket show on a sensational day in cricket where Shamar Joseph, the young kid on the block, 24 years old, the other day was struck by a Mitchell Stark Yorker on his foot, and one was thinking whether he would be there to help West Indies. And Australia didn't have much to do. It was 60 for 2, 156 was the target. And to really tell you the tale here, Shamar Joseph just ripped through the Australian batting order. 156 runs were required to win the match on the with 2 days to go. And as I said, rain gods had to smile on the Aussies, on the West Indies, if they had to really, save this match. But I can tell you a miracle has happened in international cricket. And this is one of the best performances that you could ever see. I also hark back to the memories of some real matches, some miraculous bowling, one could call. That was way back, I think, in 1980s, when the former England fast bowler, who no longer is there on this earth, I would say, because he passed away, former fast bowler from England, Bob Willis, did it to Australia with 9 wickets, and Sarfraz Ahmed of Pakistan did it to Australia. So the Australians are the ones who have always been bearing the brunt of it. And once again, this young kid on the block, who probably thought one probably thought that whether he would be available to bowl, and definitely West Indies would have been praying for rain to come, but nothing was required as Shamar Joseph just ripped through the Australian batting to give the West Indians an unlikely 8 runs victory over Australia in the second test, thus drawing the second two test series 1-1. A tremendous performance from this kid, Shamar Joseph. He's a very colorful character, and what a spell from Shamar Joseph. Australia would have not even thought in their dreams that they would be losing against the West Indies. Shamar Joseph, take a bow, my friend. 11.5 overs, no maidens, 68 runs, and 7 wickets. Just blew the Australians off. And what a performance, as I said, one of the great performances. A team which is inexperienced, 7 uncapped players in the lineup. Kudos to the West Indian team, and Shamar Joseph produced an absolute. I don't know what to say. I'm really lost for words here as far as Shamar Joseph is concerned. He has absolutely blown away the Aussies, and the Aussies also acknowledged that Shamar Joseph was the one who did it to them. So let's. I'm going to walk you through the Shamar Joseph's wicket. So Australia basically 207 all out, losing the match by 8 runs. Yes, it was a bit close with Stephen Smith keeping the fight on and was standing amidst the ruins of Australia with an unbeaten 91 with 9 fours and 1 6, which would give him a lot of heart, because as an opener, this was the first time that Stephen Smith has succeeded in this series. And there was absolutely no doubt about it that he was going to do so. So let's now I'm going to go through the Shamar Joseph's wickets. In fact, the Aussies were sitting pretty at 113 for 2, Cameron Green, and it was Stephen Smith at the crease. And this is what happened. Cameron Green was absolutely taken aback by a delivery from Shamar Joseph that went through the gate, hit his elbow, and clattered the stumps. And that was Shamar Joseph running away after taking his first wicket, as he normally does. And then the very next delivery, Travis said the most reliable player in the Australian lineup was once again blown away by Shamar Joseph. An absolute toe-crushing Yorker from Shamar Joseph found the target once again, Travis said was clean bowled by Shamar Joseph for a first ball blob. And that was a big blow for them. And then Mitchell Marsh started with some meaty drives, but it was all over. Mitchell Marsh edged into the slips, but it was caught off the rebound by Justin Greaves. Shamar Joseph had taken his third wicket. And Alex Carey was another one who got a toe crusher from the Shamar Joseph, another Yorker, and with at absolute pace at 145 kilometers per hour, it went and crashed into the off stump. The off stump was bent back, and that was the end of Alex Carey. And then we had Mitchell Stark, hitting striking a few blows. It was all over. A wonderful cat, Mitchell Stark, who actually was the one who hurt Shamar Joseph with the ball, as you would remember. I would say that Shamar Joseph would have been very happy to get Mitchell Stark's wicket, as Mitchell Stark tried to swing Joseph and he only managed to swing it in the air. The ball was skied, and the fielder, I thought Sinclair took a very well judged catch, because these swirlers are very, very difficult to catch. But I thought Sinclair did a very good job. He judged the ball to a perfection, kept the eyes on the ball, and picked up the catch. And Shamar Joseph was absolutely celebrating as he had picked up his, I think it was his fourth wicket. And then he added his second fifer in Test cricket when Pat Cummins was the next one to go. What a catch from Joshua De Silva behind the sticks. A beautiful catch, diving full length and picking up the catch. And that was the end of Pat Cummins for two. And then Nathan Lyon showing absolute sportsmanship when he was caught by De Silva of the bowling, while Zari Joseph for 9, and Nathan Lyon did not even wait for the umpire's verdict. He was walking, and when I saw Nathan Lyon walking, I could only think of one man who could do that, and that was the Adam Gilchrist, the commentator right now in Fox Sports, the former great Australian swashbuckling opener Adam Gilchrist, who was another walker as far as the wickets were concerned. Yes, the previews were not there on those days, but really one has to say that Nathan Lyon showing great sportsmanship and honesty by walking away, not even troubling the umpire. So that was well done. And then George Hazelwood was the final nail in the coffin was done by Shamar Joseph when he picked up his best ever bowling analysis in his very second test match, when he picked up his wicket number 7 as George Hazelwood stumps went for a walk, and it was jubilant scenes for the West Indies. The West Indians had conquered Australia, and this has been done after 2 decades. Can you believe it? 1997 was the last time the Aussies had beaten West Indies in a test match, and it has taken them more than 2 decades to go and beat Australia in a test match. And that really says I have to really give the headlines here. Shamar Joseph defeats world test champions Australia with his splendid bowling. What a bowler, what a find for the West Indies. He's going to be the player of the future, because I like the great energy in this young boy who's just 24 years old. What was he? Coming from a small village of Baracara in West Indies, in the Caribbean, comes here and absolutely blows the Aussies away, despite the injury that he suffered. And the way he went about his task, I like the way, the energy in him, the belief that he has in him, the way he pounced on to the bowling crease, and a very nice bowling action. And he did the Aussies with pace, with bounce. Certain balls of his even bounced more than what had bounced in all these previous days, which was really good to see, like Cameron Green, and I think there was one more player who was there. So definitely it is something which is of great pride for the West Indies. Brian Lara, the former great batsman, was in absolute tears in the commentary box, and why not? This has been, West Indies have been struggling a lot. They didn't play the ODI World Cup. They didn't play the T20. They are not. They are definitely hosting the T20 World Cup. That is going to be another sort of fillip to them, because this man Shamar Joseph now has really written his name. He's absolute pure gold. He has written his name in West Indies cricket for the future. What a wonderful player, and what a performance from Shamar Joseph, blowing the Aussies away for 207 and giving his team a 8-run victory over Australia in the second test match. He was absolute dynamite. 7 wickets. What a spell from this young boy, full of fire. He had fire in the belly, believed in himself, went there, ramped up the pace every time he bowled. The bounce was, I think it was much more than one would have seen in the previous days. And over and above that is Guile. I think he's a very thinking bowler as well. And really, I feel so happy for the West Indians. These West Indians have been really short of pace. And here comes a real genuine pace bowler in the form of Shamar Joseph. Take a bow, Shamar Joseph. And I'm sure he's destined for greater things in the future for the West Indies. And I would really be shocked. Not shocked. I would say that he has definitely put his foot firmly into the door of the West Indies cricket team, and he is going to be in demand in all the T20 leagues all over all the world. And I'm told he's already having an ILT T20 call-up, which is great. And he is going to be one sort of a master player in the West Indian team. Oh, what a player. What a find for the West Indies in this series against Australia, and what a way to end the series with Shamar Joseph in only his second test match, picking up his second 5-wicket haul, 11.5 overs, no maiden, 68 runs on 7 wickets. And I'm sure the West Indians are dancing there, they're celebrating, and why not? It has been long time coming. These West Indians, who were a mighty force in the 1980s, led by Clive Lloyd, the great Vivian Richards, Gordon Greenidge, Desmond Haynes, Andy Roberts, the pace battery of Andy Roberts, Michael Holding, Joel Garner, Colin Croft, Malcolm Marshall, and today to see the Windies actually winning against Australia, and looking at the way Shamar Joseph bowled, this is going to be an absolute encouragement for the West Indians. And what a way for them. This man is going to be a key player in this T20 World Cup in the West Indies and United States, which starts, I think, in July, if I'm not wrong. Well, dear fans, I just wanted to actually dwell on this, and that's the precise reason I did an early cricket show, because this was really, this is someone, Shamar Joseph, and really feel for Stephen Smith. What a knock from him. As I said, he was standing amidst the ruins of the Australian batting order with 91 not out. Well done, Stephen Smith. Unfortunately, he was not able to take them over the line. He hit an outrageous 6 when he moved into the off stump, and Rivers ramped it for a 6. Magnificent shot that. But, well, my commiserations to Australia. But West Indies have waited for a long time. They truly deserved it. And Shamar Joseph has arrived for the West Indies. Well, dear friends, now I'm going to turn the focus on. I'll take you to India, where we are talking about the India versus England. We are talking about the first test at Hyderabad. Again, this is another match where India have been beaten in their own art of spin, one could call, because the Indians, in fact, India were, as you know, India had lost. India had Yashasvi Jaiswal. India were given a target of 230 runs to get by the Englishmen. And let's look at the performance. Tom Hartley on debut. Making his test debut, but leaking a lot of runs in the first dig when he was bowling to the Indians. But here comes Tom Hartley with a absolutely heart-rendering performance. Tom Hartley, the left arm spinner. As I said, India have been defeated in their own art of spin by England, and marvelous effort. Congratulations to England, because this was never expected, especially considering that they didn't have any experienced spinners. Tom Hartley was playing his first test match ever in his life, and they went with just one pacer, Mark Wood, and then Jack Leach was injured, could not bowl much, and Rehan Ahmed. So definitely kudos to England team for doing it to India. It has been something really surprised. But I have to say, this think tank of Ben Stokes and Ben McCullum is not only making the baseball cricket so exciting and bringing results, they are really setting a sort of an example as far as test oriented wins are concerned. Now let's talk about this Indian batting. I mean, if you look at that batting card, Rohit Sharma was the only one. And Ollie Pope, as I said, he made 196, which has been rated as one of the best knocks by an England player in a subcontinent by Ben Stokes. And definitely, one has to say, Ollie Pope also deserves a real bow, because it is not easy coming to India and playing against the England experienced spinners, and getting runs. And this is 196. Is going to shine like a real beacon for England in the years to come. Now, India, if you look at that Indian card, Hartley started it all. Jaiswal was the first to go, gone for 15. Rohit Sharma was the only one who was sweeping, reverse sweeping. He was pretty effective, but again, Hartley was the man who took his wicket. And Hartley seemed to be a player for the future. Let us also understand that this pitch was not really turning alarmingly. So definitely, I think Hartley has really made a real statement here, and he is going to stay in this England team for quite a long time. On his Test debut, he has picked up 7 wickets. What a performance from Tom Hartley, the left arm spinner. Young bloke, did a wonderful job. Shubman Gill was consumed for not a magnificent catch taken by Ollie Pope in the forward short leg region. KL Rahul making 22. Akshay Patel was promoted in the batting order, which was the right choice, because with the left arm spinner Tom Hartley bowling, it was the right choice of promoting Akshay Patel as a left-hander. And Akshay Patel, well, he hit 3 boundaries in a knock of 17. But as I said, Leach definitely, Shreyas Iyer, I thought, played a very silly shot. He just played into the hands of Joe Root of the bowling of Leach for 13. Jadeja, it was that run out was an outrageous run out. He pushes the ball to mid-on, and Stokes. I mean, his captaincy. You talk about anything about Stokes, whatever he does, and that's the reason he's the captain of the English team. He dived, lost his balance, recovered, hit at the non-striker's end, just a backhanded flick, and Jadeja was gone. He was short of the crease, and that was a big wicket, because Jadeja could have waited. Probably India had a chance, because if you see in the end, with the tailenders providing some resistance, India came very close. It was only a 28-run victory. Shrikant Bharat and Ravichandran Ashwin tried to stem the tide. They were giving a bit of hope to India with a very nice partnership, because they took the score from 119 to 176. Shrikant Bharat was absolute, but what a delivery from Tom Hartley. This is the greatness of the bowler. Look at the delivery that he bowled. The ball was pitched outside the leg stump, and it would have made even the late Shane Warne proud, because he pitched the ball outside the leg stump. The ball turned across the face of the bat and went and hit the off stump. So that really says about the quality of this bowler, Tom Hartley. And then Ashwin also defended doggedly for 28 runs, but that was it. There was a rush of blood, and he was a goner, stumped. And then I thought Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Siraj also tried to do as much as possible, but all that they could do, they swing their bats. but finally, when Tom Hartley had Mohammad Siraj coming down the wicket to have a whack at him, got him stumped by Ben Foakes, and that was all over. The Englishmen had won the test match against India, and India the first test. What a start for them as far as England was concerned. Joe Root 1 for 41. Joe Root has been really used beautifully by the English captain Stokes. He has bowled like a frontline spinner. Really impressed. 19 overs, 3 minutes, 141. Mark Wood none for 15, and Stokes also justifying the fact that for the first time England went with just one pace bowler in their ranks. That is a real gamble according to me, but what a gamble that Ben Stokes took, and it has turned into absolute gold. 7 for 62, and also great kudos to Ben Stokes' captaincy as well. 10 overs, one maiden, 1 for 33 for Leach, and Rehan Ahmed, I thought a bit rusty. 6 overs, none for 33. But it was a wonderful performance, and as I said, England have to be really congratulated for this, for a wonderful performance in this first Test match. They have just taken the game away from India. Even though India took 190 runs, it was way back against Sri Lanka, and India took 192 runs lead. They lost the match with Dinesh Chandimal's heroics in Sri Lanka, but here this was Pope 196 and Tom Hartley on his debut picking up 7 wickets to see the better do better things and ensure a victory for England. Well done, England. The way to go. And well, dear fans, that's about it. So that's the precise reason I came for a very early cricket show today. Hope you all enjoyed the broadcast, and look forward to your company once more next week again in the weekend on a Saturday, Sunday. Till such time I come on, it's goodbye from my studios. Thank you.